Exploring Idaho, the television adventure showcasing our state's unique people and places, is brought to you by Albertsons, Southwest Airlines, the Idaho Department of Commerce, 7 regional travel committees, and KTVB Channel 7.
Coming up on this edition of Exploring Idaho. Join us on a snowshoeing journey in Idaho's high country as we go walking on the snow. Also, rev up your engines as we take you to a snowmobile race of a different sort. It's a powerful hill climbing adventure. And folks in Sun Valley are strapping on the narrow skis. It's a Nordic skiing trek in Idaho's Wood River Valley.
Welcome to Exploring Idaho. Today we're going to show you an old invention that is becoming a new sport in Idaho. Take a look at these old snowshoes. Some 60 years ago, these were state-of-the-art, one of the few ways to get across Idaho's deep snows. This old movie, made in North Idaho in the 20s, gives you an idea how long snowshoes have been around, and actually archaeologists will tell you the invention is thousands of years old. But the star of this movie would have found her trek across the snow much, much easier had she lived in the 1990s. You see, these snowshoes weigh, 7, 8 pounds. Today's high-tech shoes weigh less than half that, and they can be your ticket to winter outdoor fun.
Winter comes, and most of us want to breathe in the fresh smell of pine trees laden with snow. For some, that means floating down the slopes on a cloud of powder. Others can't wait to glide down a cross-country ski trail. But floating and gliding are not exactly in everybody's winter vocabulary. Fortunately for us, snowshoeing requires only one skill: the ability to put one foot in front of the other.
You kind of forget they're there. They just feel like regular shoes, you know. You don't really think about what you're walking on because you're not going to sink.
And they're not much harder than regular shoes to put on, even for kids.
We really felt there was a need for kids' shoes. I mean, it's such an easy sport to get kids out. How's it feel?
Good.
Good.
And as you could guess, get a pair of snowshoes on kids and they'll give the sport a whole new definition. Now, for those of us a little more cautious, it's nice to know the snowshoe is made with traction in mind.
This is designed back here so when you step down, your heel is the first thing that pushes down on the snow. As the heel pushes down, it catches snow in here and causes a braking action.
So when you're all strapped in, you can go just about anywhere.
Trust the shoe like a normal step, even this steep.
You're right.
Very good.
The ability to go up and down steep terrain is especially beneficial to real serious snowshoers, like snowboarders who want to climb to a remote run. Or runners looking for a way to add some zip to their workout.
It's surprising what a good workout it is. You can get your heart rate up and pretty much maintain it.
And hikers, think about it. Your favorite trail in the summertime? Snowshoes will let you enjoy it year-round.
You can go to a place where in the summertime you might run into several other people and you will run into nobody. You can go back into nowhere and just be totally by yourself, and it's really neat.
I find for myself when I go snowshoeing versus cross-country skiing or mountain biking, I'm in the same areas that I do those other two sports, but I'm noticing things around me. I have time to look at things and I have time to stop. When I'm walking, it's at a much gentler pace.
That gentler pace means kids, grandparents, moms, and dads can all enjoy a new sport together without lessons or costly equipment. So when a weekend rolls around and you feel the walls closing in, remember, there's a way. Just put one foot in front of the other.
If you get done with a fun weekend of snowshoeing, maybe Monday won't be quite so hard.
Now that's the truth. Renting snowshoes costs about $10 to $15 a day. If you'd like to buy a pair, they'll range from $150 to $250. We'll be right back.
Just ahead on this edition of Exploring Idaho, a quiet journey through the Wood River Valley.
Welcome back to Exploring Idaho. We've all seen commercials for those cross-country exercise machines, but for some people, there is just nothing like the real thing. Exploring Idaho's David Mills joins us now with that story.
Well, Dee, sure, you can get a workout on those cross-country ski machines, but nothing can match the exhilaration and the beauty of getting out on some of Idaho's Nordic skiing trails. You'll find those trails through some of our state parks. You'll find them groomed in the high mountain passes as well. But for many who have a real passion for the sport, there's no place like central Idaho's Wood River Valley. The age-old sport of Nordic skiing is more popular than ever. In places like Sun Valley, world-renowned for its alpine skiing, more and more folks are strapping on the skinny boards and hitting the trail. Until recently, this style, now known as classic, was the only way to get around. But today, a new technique called skating is taking the sport by storm. Skiers discovered this skating style only 4 years ago. Since then, skis made just for skating have flooded the market, and many Nordic ski areas are grooming skating trails.
You feel like you're using your entire body, every muscle in your body is working, and it's kind of a very fluid feeling.
It is to me all about really having fun with just moving your body and being outside in the wintertime.
I've skied all over the country, east and west, and I can honestly say I think this is the best cross-country skiing in the country.
Nowhere will you find more groomed trails than in Idaho's Wood River Valley. And it's Chris Mady's job to keep the trail system at Sun Valley's Nordic Center manicured for the skiers. He's out here bright and early every morning, grooming the center's 25 miles of marked trail. Folks come from all over the world to enjoy the Nordic skiing here, and those new to the sport will find Sun Valley offers one of the most comprehensive ski schools around.
Down, step left. Down, right. That's good.
Allison Keisel is one of the most qualified instructors you'll find. She holds a number of national and world Nordic skiing titles, but says she gets most of her pleasure from sharing her skills with others.
That's good. Pick your ski up with the toe. There you go. That's great. We have a lot of people coming over from the alpine skiing to try skating, and skating is very easy for them to learn. Within an hour, they've learned the basics of skating and can move around really easily on the trails. I'd say we have 98% success rate teaching skating to people.
If you feel intimidated even at the thought of learning to skate, Allison recommends you get your feet wet with the classic style first. She says if you can walk, you can do this. George and Betty Donder practically live on their skis this time of year. They're Nordic skiing fanatics.
I remember one day out here on the trails and stopping and thinking, if I die tomorrow, I don't care. I'm just so happy to be here, and it's so beautiful. And every day we always take time to stop when we're out here exercising and look for the foxes that live out here and the birds, and it's just perfect.
We start at the Nordic hut and then come out to Trail Creek, have a little lunch and ski back, and then go home and get back to our little chores. But it just, it makes every day a holiday.
The members of the Sun Valley Nordic Ski Club agree. And while they mostly ski for fun, come race day, it's time to get serious, at least for a few minutes.
1, go!
In this Masters race, most of the skiers are aged 60 and up, but you'd never guess it.
Go, go, go! She did it, Ray!
If you put 7 to 8 miles on a day, it gets the old cardiovascular system whipped up and makes you feel better.
Thank you.
And in this health-conscious society we live in, when you can combine the aerobic workout of cross-country skiing with these beautiful surroundings, you've got a winner.
You just look around you, and it's just so fabulous. I never get tired looking at this view.
One thing attracting families to this sport is the fact that it's great for all age levels. Sun Valley even offers classes geared especially to the young ones.
We didn't do that very well, did we?
We start many children, and after our program, usually they end up in the junior ski program. And quite a few, they are in the racing program now, into doing very well.
He says the children learn the ins and outs of Nordic skiing just as easily as their parents. And once they do, it's a sport most will stick with for life. Needless to say, you can take part in the sport just about anywhere in Idaho, provided the snow is there. Also, finding equipment to rent or buy really isn't a problem either.
And it's always a good time. David, thank you. We'll be right back.
Still to come on this edition of Exploring Idaho. We'll saddle up on the snowmobile for the ride of a lifetime.
When you think of drag racing, you probably picture high-powered cars racing their way down a track. But some people in the southeastern Idaho town of Preston think of it a bit differently, at least this time of year. David?
Do you imagine jumping on your snowmobile, pouring on the power and pointing that machine straight uphill? Not a sport for the faint of heart. But hill climbing, as it's called, is attracting hundreds. And those folks are outnumbered only by those who show up to witness this spectacle.
All right, as we move into this open mod, things are going to get hairy real fast.
It's a close kin to drag racing. An excuse for these snowmobile enthusiasts to get out and climb a hill. Kind of hill not too many folks would want to tackle.
I'm sure he had a good feeling coming out of there, but it wasn't to be on that run.
For the second year in a row, hundreds of snowmobilers are looking to conquer this hill just outside the town of Preston. And even though there's a noticeable lack of snow, it's not stopping these diehards who live for the sport.
There's no exhilaration like coming over the top on something like this. That's just, this is so fantastic. And then you get up here and look down, you realize how steep it is. You begin to wonder why you even tried.
Parker and the other racers have plenty to think about while headed up the hill.
I guess fear most of the time. Just about half scared that you're going to keep it pointed uphill and that you're not going to hit something that'll stop you. I've rolled a sled or two off a mountain, but once you get it pointed uphill and you feel good, then it's just exhilaration after that. That's great.
Just when you think it can't be done.
There's no doubt about it, hill climbing can be dangerous. It's a sport for thrill seekers. And a pair of deep pockets doesn't hurt either. With machines costing as much as $15,000 to $20,000, it can be expensive to take a tumble like this.
Yep, there's a wreck.
Right over the top. Then I think he's okay.
It's hard to steer. It's hard to get your sled moving and keep enough speed to get over the icy spots to where you can keep traction and keep moving.
But even the best laid plans can sometimes fail. Make it or not, win or lose, it's a challenge these racers take on without hesitation.
I do it for the excitement and the thrill of just climbing a mountain that not many people can climb. When you go into a corner, you gotta lean just the right amount. If you lean too far, you can tip the sled over. The key is just to keep the machine straight and just hang on to the throttle and hope for the best.
You made it. First hill I ever climbed in my life.
How was it?
Great, thrill, rush, big adrenaline pump. Whew.
Snowmobile hill climbing is a growing sport. While it's been around for about 20 years, only recently has it really taken off. Today, there's a 9-race circuit in the West, with the World Championships held every spring in Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Betty's over the top.
Well, I guess it's just the competitive edge in us. Everybody has that competitive edge, and everybody releases it in a different way.
The sport has become so popular in the last 5 years, some snowmobile manufacturers have come out with machines made just for hill climbing.
I think it's just the fact that they can relate to it in their backyard when they go riding themselves. They always, you know, if you're with a bunch of friends and you end up in a big bowl up in a pass or something, somebody wants to go higher than the next guy. And this is just the same type of competition, except it's formalized.
In case you were wondering, winners earn more than just bragging rights. In some races, turning in the best time can mean a $10,000 cash prize. Not bad for a hobby.
There's no more better rush on a weekend than coming to a hill climb.
But even with that big prize money, it's tough to break even, although that's not deterring too many of the participants from taking part in the sport. Win or lose, they keep coming back time and time again.
David, when we come back, we will tell people how they can get more information on that and a lot more. Stay with us. If you'd like more information on any of the stories you've seen on today's edition of Exploring Idaho, give us a call at 1-800-635-7820 and ask for a copy of our field notes for show number 110. We'll send all the information you'll need so you can get out and start exploring Idaho. I suppose this time of year there is nothing better than soaking in a hot tub after a long day of snowshoeing, skiing, or snowmobiling. But unfortunately, not everyone has their own hot tub. That's why the people in Lava Hot Springs want you to know they have a tub they're willing to share with everybody.
The early Indians called these healing waters, natural hot mineral springs bubbling up from the ground. Even today, folks say this water has a medicinal effect, the healing waters of Lava Hot Springs.
It is the water. It makes you feel good. And when it's cold, you can get in and get out, and it's warm that you don't feel the cold. It's real nice.
Deborah Fox says it's good therapy for her bad back. But Jordan Stewart's reason for coming here once a week for the past 50 years is simple.
It just relaxes you completely. Sit here for an hour or two and just feel good.
Stewart's lucky. He lives just 40 miles away, but some folks travel halfway around the world to get here. International guests make up 16% of the folks who visit. It's no wonder these are the world-famous hot pools.
And the travelers we get in from around the world, they've been here, now come back through America and come right back here to soak. There's people that just follow the hot pools, and they rate this as a real classy place.
This place truly is a wonder of nature. 3.5 million gallons of fresh, 104-degree water flow through here every day. Some of the purest water you'll find anywhere. It's a great place to just sit and watch the world go by.
It's peaceful, it gets away from the hubbub of the big cities and the telephone, traffic and the congestion. They call it a getaway place.
We got peace of mind here. Take a look around.
There's plenty of hotel space and places to eat in the village of Lava Hot Springs. No need to go any further. So if you're ready for a little tranquility at Idaho's own Fountain of Youth, head for southeastern Idaho and the world-famous hot pools.
And by the way, they have a huge pool on the other side of town that is a great place to visit in the summertime. Thanks for joining us. As we close our show, we take you to a great area near Idaho Falls called Tex Creek, where deer, elk, and moose have found a winter home.